Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to completely transform how you think about one of the most dreaded homeowner headaches, drain maintenance. I know, plumbing doesn't exactly sound like the most glamorous topic right out of the gate, but stick with me. Understanding this single system can literally save you thousands of dollars, protect your property, and spare you from some truly disastrous weekend surprises. We're going to break down the exact science and strategy behind keeping those pipes perfectly clear. Be honest for a second. When was the last time you really thought about your drains? If you're like most of us, the answer is probably, well, right after something went horribly, terribly wrong. We tend to just take our plumbing for granted until water starts backing up where it absolutely shouldn't be. But what if we flipped that script? What if instead of waiting for a full-blown crisis, we adopted a simple, proactive mindset? Today, we're diving into the latest insights on plumbing care to figure out exactly when and why you should be acting way before that clog even happens. Okay, let's dive right into this. We've got a really clear, structured roadmap today to demystify exactly when you should pick up the phone and call the plumber. We're looking at the baseline calendar, high-risk stressors, red flags to act on, the camera advantage, and finally, how to match the schedule to your risk. Let's start with Section 1, the baseline calendar, and look at typical intervals. For the vast majority of properties out there, this 12 to 24-month window, that's your gold standard baseline. It's basically the sweet spot for preventative care. You see, over time, just everyday use leaves this gradual layer of buildup inside your pipes. Slowly but surely, those pipe walls begin to narrow, kind of like a clogged artery. By getting in there for routine cleaning every 1 to 2 years, you're effectively wiping the slate clean before that narrowing turns into an impenetrable wall. Now, your specific placement on this 12 to 24-month spectrum depends entirely on your household's daily habits and, of course, the physical age of your pipes. If you've got an average household with typical water usage, you can safely coast in that 18 to 24-month range. It's a nice, comfortable rhythm. But if you have a larger family, run a ton of laundry, or if you live in a charming but older home with aging plumbing, you really need to pull that schedule much closer to the 12-month mark. Moving right along to Section 2. High-risk drain stressors, and how they are accelerating buildup. These right here are the unpleasant realities of what actually goes down our drains. Every time you rinse off a greasy pan in the kitchen or deal with hair accumulation in the shower, you're kind of feeding the beast. Grease, hair, and soap scum are infamous for clinging to pipe walls and accelerating blockages. But hey, it's not just what's happening inside. If you've got older sewer lines or large trees out in your yard, you're facing external threats. Tree roots are relentlessly seeking out water sources, and they will literally force their way into tiny cracks in your pipes, creating a massive web that catches absolutely everything. If any of these stressors apply to your home, they are definitely forcing maintenance to happen much sooner than your baseline calendar suggests. And this brilliantly illustrates how different property profiles dramatically shift your servicing cadence. Got a kitchen-heavy home with high laundry volume? That drops your baseline down to every 12 to 18 months. Older homes with older main lines, you're looking at a strict 12-month schedule, and honestly, you should probably pair that with a camera inspection. And if we scale all the way up to multi-unit buildings or commercial kitchens where grease and usage are just off the charts, the baseline drops completely to every 6 to 12 months, just to maintain compliance and avoid a total shutdown. Which brings us to Section 3, red flags to act on and why you need to schedule immediately. Okay, pay super close attention here. So the crucial point is, if you see certain symptoms, your carefully planned baseline calendar goes right out the window. You cannot afford to wait for your next scheduled cycle. Procrastination here is incredibly dangerous. Waiting takes a minor, easily fixable restriction and turns it into a catastrophic full blockage. We are talking about severe fixture damage, ruined floors, and, brace yourself, the absolute worst-case scenario, raw sewage backing up right into your living space. No thanks. Let's rapidly tick through these horrifying symptoms so you know exactly what to keep an eye out for. If you've got a persistent, slow drain that just won't clear, or worse, if multiple drains in the house are acting up at the exact same time, that is a massive red flag. Notice water backing up into the shower when you flush? Book a service right away. Hear an ominous, bubbling gurgle coming from your toilet? Smell recurring, awful odors? Or maybe you see standing water near your cleanouts after a rainstorm? Listen, these are not just cute little quirks of your house. These are the final warning sirens from your plumbing system telling you it is about to fail. Let's take a breath and look at Section 4, the camera inspection advantage and how to reduce guesswork. So let's contrast these two main solutions. Mechanical cleaning is your routine, frequent clearing of buildup. Think of it kind of like brushing your teeth. But a camera inspection, that's a strategic, less frequent diagnostic tool. It's more like getting an x-ray at the dentist. By using the camera, you're actually utilizing a brilliant financial hack. It allows you to pinpoint the exact hidden issues without blindly paying for frequent mechanical cleaning that you might not even need. It perfectly balances cost control with precision care. Because a camera goes right down into the darkness, it reveals exactly what is happening inside the pipe. It removes all the mystery. Is it just standard soap buildup, or do you actually have a physical crack in the line? Is there a joint misalignment causing a little lip where debris keeps catching? Is the pipe material itself suffering from corrosion? Or, like we mentioned earlier, is there aggressive root intrusion? The camera shows you the undeniable truth, so you know exactly what problem you're actually paying to solve. In fact, there's a great quote from the source material that hits the nail on the head. That approach helps balance cost control with risk reduction, especially for properties where pipe conditions may vary by section of the system. You might have one section of pipe near a tree that needs constant attention, while another section completely under the house is perfectly fine. Using inspections sporadically, rather than blindly cleaning everything all the time, is absolutely the smartest, most efficient way to manage your property's plumbing health and your budget. Let's move to our final part, Section 5, match schedule to your risk to prevent emergencies. Let's see how this builds into a really simple, personalized action plan just for you. Step 1. Do a quick audit. Review your recent drain history. Have there been slowdowns, weird smells, or clogs in the last year? Step 2. Assess your plumbing age and your family's usage pattern. Are you a high laundry, high grease household in a 50-year-old home, or maybe a single person living in brand new construction? Step 3. Use those two pieces of information to set a personalized maintenance cadence that actually fits your life. Because the main takeaway here is crystal clear. Choosing the right schedule isn't about circling arbitrary dates on a calendar. It's ultimately about preventing entirely avoidable emergencies by using a smart, risk-based framework. By understanding your specific stressors and utilizing tools like camera inspections, you're actively saving yourself from the absolute disaster of a sudden plumbing failure. So I'm going to leave you with this final question to chew on today as you look around your home. Are you scheduling your maintenance based on an arbitrary calendar, or are you scheduling based on your actual risk? If you take the time to understand your home's unique plumbing profile today, I guarantee you're going to be sleeping a whole lot better the next time a heavy rainstorm hits. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I absolutely can't wait to dive into our next topic with you.